Good afternoon and welcome to Houston Real Estate Today, Houston's most informative hour of great real estate information. My name is Steve Levine. I'm the publisher of Real Estate Executive and Builder Architect magazines, and it's my pleasure to host this show and bring on some of my good friends in real estate who happen to be experts on the subject. If you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, finance, refinance, or just give them great tips, this is a show you're tuned into is going to give you the information. We've got some terrific guests today. We're going to turn our attention today to Northwest Houston, Champions area, Spring, up to the Woodlands, and we're going to talk about some garage solutions, some storage solutions for you, and give you the latest information on mortgage and the financial market. We've got some great guests for all of that, so you make sure you stay tuned for the next hour. It goes by so quick. So I've got some great guests today, and glad you're joining us. Today we have Ruben and Nancy Villarreal of Remax Integrity, and if you go to the dictionary, you look up the words dynamic duo, you're going to see a picture of Ruben and Nancy on there. So they are literally the icon for dynamic duos in real estate. You should, as a husband-wife team, and they're just amazing. They were profiled in the February 2005 cover of Real Estate Executive magazine, and my pleasure to have them back on the show. They are tops in what they do. 9 times they've been on the top 25 list of Houston Business Journal, which is, I've always said, is the non-biased ranking system for real estate agents in Houston. 9 times. They are Remax Hall of Fame, which is Remax Platinum, which doesn't mean anything to you guys, but it's way up there. Four times Remax Platinum and become Remax Hall of Fame, and they're also Remax Lifetime Achievement Award winners. So they are a phenomenal couple doing a lot of real estate. They know their business, and you'd be wise to get out a pad and paper and take notes because they're really, really sharp. It's such a pleasure to have Ruben and Nancy on the show. Welcome.
Thank you for having us, Steve.
You betcha. Second, back by popular demand, my good friend Jeff Jansen with Garagetown, Texas. And he's brought his associate, Lindsay Allen, who's on the other side of the booth today. Just wanted that little call out. And they were on the show a couple weeks ago, and back by popular demand, you asked for it. They've got some storage solutions you need to hear about. You know, home's just a big place for our stuff, and sometimes there's not enough room for that stuff. So he's got great information. Jeff comes from a medical background, has a degree at Baylor, and worked at MD Anderson Cancer Center for many years, went into sales in the medical community, and really was quite intrigued by the Garagetown, Texas business model, and joined that up, and he's Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Garagetown, Texas, and we're so pleased to have him back on the show to explain the concept and what it's for, and if your stuff just taking over your house, and you really need to ask him more. Garagetown, Texas. Jeff Jansen, we're so glad you could join us today.
Thanks so much, Steve. Great to be here.
I want to hear more about where you're growing, too. Second to my left and their right is Tommy Lorenzo with Urban Financial. Normally it's Renee Sabatier in my left seat as sponsor. And always good to have Tommy on the show. Tommy's was a finance major at University of Houston, graduate, came from a big family that was in the restaurant business. Maybe you remember what family that is. That's Ninfa's Restaurants, and he's Ninfa's kid, one of them, one of several. And thought he'd make $1 million making tacos, but found out there's mortgage business is a lot more fun and a lot less hassles. No offense to the family members that are still in that business.
Right? I'm sure they would all agree.
And Tommy's been with Urban Financial for 5 years. Urban Financial started in 1999, but Renee Sabatier came from the private banking world, and he was with River Oaks Bank at first, that's right, and knew there had to be a better way of doing loans and communicating and harnessing technology, and he's got a remarkable shop over there, now over 30-something people, and they can take a nap and close a loan same day. That's amazing. Every time I think about that, somebody can do it that quickly. So they're good folks, and certainly he's a wealth of information. Glad to have you on the show, Tommy.
Always a pleasure to be with you, Steve.
Welcome back. All right. Well, we always start with our realtor guests, and I say they normally come from the cover of Real Estate Executive magazine. It takes a 23-member advisory board nomination and unanimous vote to put somebody on the cover of the magazine. the fact that 23 people can agree on anything in real estate is amazing to me, and it's a real sheer miracle that anybody gets on the cover. But Reuben and Nancy qualified for that in February 2005. Their business got even stronger, and they started their own office. Had a great team. Again, what a pleasure to have you on the show, Reuben and Nancy.
Thank you, Steve.
You bet. Nancy wasn't going to talk a lot today because she's awful shy, but Reuben, do most of the talking. Hopefully, Nancy will add in. Reuben, we always like to ask the first question about the Houston real estate market, particularly the northwest area town. How does that fare compared to what's going on nationally?
Well, Steve, I think a lot of what you hear on the media is national news, but in our part of town, right now, our market is still great. Our office is very busy right now. Our listings are still selling. We've had a really good fourth quarter in '07, and we're starting off this year with a bang as well. So I can't really complain that the market is slow for us right now. We've had a very good year and plan on having a great 2008.
It's nice to get some positive information from somebody, isn't it, Nancy? It really is. And as somebody doing real estate, because you know what you're doing. And today in the murky waters of real estate and finances, it takes somebody who's an expert in it. So, you know, the theme of the show is don't try to do it on your own when you got great people like Reuben and Nancy out there working with you and for you. Tell me, what are you doing about your business, about the financing challenges, this mortgage and meltdown? How does it impact your business?
Well, I think basically what it's done for us has made us get back to the basics as far as staying on top of our files, staying on top of the lenders that we're dealing with, making sure that they're good qualified lenders. You know, we can get a lot of pre-approval letters, and if we don't follow up with them, a lot of them are not really as good as what they're written on. We just really have a lot of our buyers. We've tried to get more involved in looking at FHA financing. It's a little bit easier to get an FHA loan than it is the subprime right now. And really trying to guide people in getting their credit straight and trying to move forward and straightening out their credit and making sure that they can, if they can't qualify today, maybe in 3 or 4 months can qualify to buy a home.
That's something that's brought up a lot in the show, is about making sure your credit house is in order. We'll talk more to Tommy about that.
Absolutely.
In his segment. That you know, you've got to lay the foundation to purchase your next home before you even start looking at, you know, elevations and neighborhoods. Just make sure you got your credit down, because now more than ever, now the subprime you know, loans have gone bye-bye, and adjustable rate mortgages are hopefully a thing of the past. That you really have to make sure your credit's in line, know what you qualify for, and it makes the process a lot easier, doesn't it, Ruben?
Absolutely, and we're glad. I'm kind of glad that this has taken place because we've done FHA for many years, so we're not really afraid to do FHA. And a lot of people out there that just got in the business a few years ago are a little bit more afraid of FHA because they were so easy just to go stick them in a subprime loan. And we've been doing FHA for many years, so we're not really afraid to tackle that.
There you go. So you know the ins and outs of FHA and how to get the financing. You may have a few challenges with your credit as some
Absolutely.
Do. All right. Well, tell me, how are the foreclosures affecting your business? A lot more foreclosures on the market than there have been. It seems like a lot more inventory. How's that affected your business?
Well, we're very fortunate. A lot of our market, we're not seeing a lot of foreclosures in the neighborhoods that we tend to market in. Some of the newer homes that we market in our area do have a lot of foreclosures, and basically it's just really preparing our sellers to understand that they're going to be competing with that market. We're finding that a lot of buyers that are buying foreclosures are tending to pay market value when it's all said and done. They're getting 2 and 3 offers on a property. They're giving you the opportunity to submit your best offer, and then before it's all said and done, they're truly selling for market value. So I don't think in our area the foreclosures are affecting us as bad as some areas of town. I mean, we're very fortunate that in the Northwest area, the market is not as bad, and we're very fortunate that some of our business in the Woodlands, I mean, the Woodlands is doing very well right now and really not hurting at all. So we're very lucky that we're not having to deal so much with foreclosures right now.
Now, your territory, the areas that you concentrate on, because you're up at, say, Kirkendall and...
Right, we're just south of the Woodlands on Kirkendall, close to Kirkendall and Spring Cypress. So we pretty much target the Spring area, and we do a lot in the Woodlands as well. And then we also have a buyer's agent who works in Montgomery County who works the Lake area for us.
And you also Champions and
yeah, Champions, Spring, and
yeah, when we
the
consider
Woodlands.
Spring is the Champions, 1960, all the way up to the Woodlands area.
All the way up to the Woodlands. Woodlands is a great area. I love having those
Absolutely.
shows. Woodlands focus. Tell me how can my home possibly sell as a seller with so many foreclosures out there?
how can your home sell with
Yeah,
so
I
many
mean, if somebody,
foreclosures?
how can my home compete, I guess is
I
the
think in
question.
today's market, the question is price and condition, and of course, with the foreclosures that are out there, as well as there's a lot more listings on the market now than we've seen, is you just have to be very competitive in price, and you have to always have your property in show condition. So many people are anxious to get it sold, but they're not willing to keep their house in show condition, or they don't have it staged properly, or they haven't put the knickknacks all away, and those are all very important things, especially when there's quite a few listings for people to choose from.
And you have to have somebody else take a good look at your home as far as marketability and what other people see. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody thinks they have the perfect home. So it's getting those people to listen to another person's point of view or looking through somebody else's eyes that's important.
Do you sell a lot of new homes?
Yes, we do. We do our fair share of new homes, but most of our business is resale.
And if I was coming to you to buy a home, would you suggest I'd buy a new home, or would you suggest I buy a resale?
I think in today's market, it depends a lot on the buyer. You definitely have buyers that are truly new home buyers, and for them, I think the new home business is great. There's a lot of really good deals out there right now in the new homes. I sell a lot of resales on the fact that you get a lot of it in. You've kind of gotten all the kinks out of a house already. Obviously the yards are in, the blinds are in, and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. So for someone who's going to have the staying power, that's going to stay in the home for a while, you probably recommend a new home. And for the resale, maybe a resale be somebody that all the kinks are out and all the challenges and some of the new home bugs, if you will. So do you recommend a home warranties? Is that available?
I always recommend a home warranty both to buyers and the sellers I put on. It covers our sellers while they're on the market and during inspection time, and then it's always just a good rule of thumb to have for the buyers.
Good. Well, let me ask you, Ruben, back to Ruben, we talked a little bit about the national media. How's the national media affected your business specifically?
We try not to focus on the national media. We do have a team with 3 buyer's agents, so we try to stay focused and positive on the way our business is in our office and our personal production. As far as the national media, I just remind people when I talk to my clients, I just try to educate them and explain to them that that's nationally. Houston is not hurting near as bad as Florida or New York or California. So I try to explain to them that this is Houston, this is Northwest Houston, and this is our market. So I really don't dwell on that. I don't dwell on the negative, and I don't dwell on the media near as much as a lot of agents do out there.
I like to come back from break when there's been some bad news on the news and say, Houston, this doesn't apply to you, so just keep listening to the show. we are blessed to be in Houston, all the great opportunities here. I know you work with a great team. You've got a great team when you're on the cover of the magazine. Who are some of those folks, and what do they do for you?
We're very fortunate. We have got a great team. One of my buyer's agents, Ray Humphrey, has been with me for 8 years. And then I have my mother, who's working for us as one of our buyer's agents as well, and she's bilingual, which is great, helps us with that market share. And then we also have had Danya Simmons, who's working with us for about 3 years. So we've got a really strong team. I've got a great support group. We have a personal assistant that follows up with our media, and that's my sister Ashley, which is really good to have. And we're just very fortunate that we all watch after each other and take care of the team.
I know you got a strong home team too, Ashley and Whitney. 19.
Whitney and Austin.
Yeah, Whitney and Austin. I'm sorry, 19 and about
13
right.
from when we did the story. Takes some understanding children for mom and dad both to be in real estate.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And you're just great folks all the way around. You're outstanding realtors. I know you stand for outstanding results, have a major passion for excellence and success. And I'm so glad we have you on the show. I hope you stick around and give some great tips towards the end. We are about to cut to our first break. This is Houston Real Estate Today. If you have any questions for Ruben and Nancy, I'd be happy to answer them. Just email us at info@HoustonRealEstateToday.com, and all shows are archived thanks to Connie Parsons with Lasting Impressions. Video on the website, HoustonRealEstateToday.com. We've got some more great information. Jeff Jansen with some condo garage solutions. So don't you go away. We'll be right back with Houston Real Estate Today.